Deadpool 2 is directed by David Leith and it stars Ryan Reynolds once again as the main superhero. So this film, watching all these trailers and the marketing for this film, I had very high hopes. And of course, the first Deadpool was just brilliant. I loved it. Go check out my review for that. And I just happen to love that film so much. So obviously with this film, I had very high hopes. So in this film, Deadpool forms the team known as X-Force to take down the time-traveling mutant known as Cable, who is after a young boy, and now Deadpool needs to stop him. So anyway, the first question that you guys are probably going to be wondering, is this film better than the first one? No, it's not better than the first one. But does that mean this film's bad? No, it just means that this film is really, really good. In my opinion, I think the first Deadpool was just a perfect masterpiece. It's everything that I wanted it to be and way more. Everything about that film was so simple. It was an extraordinary piece that they put together. And because of that, I was worried about this sequel. I really was. I think the first movie, the first Deadpool, was so good, and it was something that we needed as superhero fans. We've been watching all these films, all these superhero films, and they've been very similar. This one, the Deadpool 2 years ago, stood out the most, and it was very different, and that's exactly what we needed, and that's exactly what we were desperate to see. And it was not a good idea to repeat that once again, because likely it will go south. But guys, I am sitting right here and I'm telling you right now, they've done it again. Marvel, Fox, they've done it once again. Deadpool 2 is a ton of fun. I laughed so hard, so many jokes, although all the jokes do not land, but most of them do. And I was so happy after I walked out of the theatre. It was really, really enjoyable. At this time, especially after a film like The Avengers Infinity War, all that drama and chaos, it's just a nice time to watch a film with a lot of fun, just a fun film. But this film has got quite a few things going around and it makes it very complex. But I have to give major props to this film because they do something that I really did not expect, from watching all these trailers and stuff. They actually bring the character of Deadpool down to earth. We see more of Wade Wilson than Deadpool in this film. He is dealing with some issues, and it really hit me. It really did. It brought that emotional aspect to the film that I just did not expect. But once again, Ryan Reynolds knocks it out of the park once again. He nails it. His character is so compelling, and it just seems a bit more human in this film. And they use this aspect in the film to bring him down to earth, to introduce more films in the franchise, such as the X-Force. And so you can understand that it was a risk, but massive respect to that. Speaking of the X-Force, the way they were marketed in the trailers, they just see shots of Terry Crews and Domino and the guy known as Peter that you've seen in the trailer. What they do to the X-Force in this film was so unexpected. I really loved it. I really, really did. It was just out of nowhere, out of the blue. It's really, really well done, and I feel like that's what we kind of needed. That was one of the major moments where I just couldn't stop laughing, and I loved it. I thought it was great job. But anyways, I feel like if we bring some issues into the film, one thing that I can definitely think of is the pacing. It drags on a bit. I feel like definitely I prefer the first and the third act in the entire film. I feel like it sort of lost me in the second act of the film, somewhere in the middle, and it sometimes you can feel like they are using some plot devices or some of the similar types of plots that you've seen in other films, such as Terminator 2, where there is a boy that you need to protect, and some time-traveling dude from the future is trying to attack him and approach to him. So you've seen that before. It seems a bit recycled. It seems a bit, repetitive. But this is Josh Brolin's year. I can't wait for Sicario 2. He is incredible as Cable. I wanted to see more of him. I feel like he really did add so much to this film. I wanted to see more of him in the first act. Domino is very good. We see one action sequence where she really does shine. I mean, all of the characters, most of the characters have their moments. Some of them not so much. I feel like that was where the problem was. I wanted to see some of the characters that were in the first Deadpool, but they weren't utilized as much. Surprisingly, this film is very emotional once again, like I just mentioned. It's a very emotional film, and it really did hit me. I feel like I just did not expect that, and I feel that it definitely does land that emotional aspect in the film. They really do balance out the comedy and the emotional aspect in the film because of the writing and the script. It's so well done, and that's something that I have to give major props to. And definitely towards the end, you really do feel the aspect of emotional response. Speaking of the end, this film probably has the best end credit scene that I have seen of the scene. Don't forget to watch that. I couldn't stop laughing. It was so funny. I loved it. Guys, in the end, Deadpool 2 was a great film. It was not as great as the first one. I feel like that film is just too perfect. It was already expected that it's not going to be as good as that. But Deadpool 2 is so much fun. It is a well-made film, and I want to go see it again. I'm going to give Deadpool 2 a 4 out of 5 stars. And go see it. Just enjoy it, have fun, and I'll see you guys soon. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.